now it's really amazing. Like you see someone who you haven't even seen just suddenly make a video and uh, uh, a music production made but from their bedroom overnight, stuff like that. Amazing, amazing. Like, uh, but what I get approach too about is like they want to ask which one do I buy? Do I buy an analog gear? Do I buy digital gear like MIDI controllers? Because the market is just full of electronic stuff right now
Mm.
for music. It's just crazy, crazy, crazy time right now. And whatever instrument you could think of is actually maybe in the market already.
So what do you tell? So if
So
people
yeah,
ask you how
um,
to get into it, what do you tell them? Like, what man? Like people ask you, so what's the most basic setup I should get if I want to start making music?
yeah, yeah. So yeah, well, I tell them get a good computer because the processing power of the computers nowadays are it's already very high, and uh, the plugins or the softwares are already very good for its as a digital format. So when you look at analog, current up to date analog, it's around 30,000 pesos starting just for one keyboard. Imagine that, and like that's why I tell them it's better to just start with a computer and then go analog after if you're really into it, because I ended up I good for me because I have a brother in the States who actually supports this passion of mine. So whenever uh, I wanted something, I had access to it because I'd send money and then he send it over here, or he brings it over. And sometimes uh, I get into a what do you call that, a dead end on stuff, and I'd say I didn't really need this, and it would cost money. So it would be, I don't know. That's why I tell it would be good to research on your gear first and do not invest right away on because analog is so attractive. They say analog is really uh, the go-to thing. But I would say yeah, of course analog has its sound. It's very warm, lush, fat sound. But the digital thing is really catching up. Like come to look at the digital camera. Before it was
Ah, yeah.
like 10 MB, 10 Mbps. Oh, is it
Mega
Mbps?
megapixels, megapixels.
Megapixels. Sorry, megapixels. And then it came to 15, and it arrived to 20. Same stuff with the music.
Yeah,
Big
there's some like
equipment.
I remember I talked to si Russell Manaloto kanang sa Fast Pitch, but he was talking about kanang guitar
Right.
pedals, and he uses a digital setup for his guitar pedals, and he really said kamurag honestly by like you you can't tell the difference. You cannot for him like you can't really tell anymore if it's analog or digital. But I think I don't know how it. So this is what I was thinking about when you were saying like buy the digital. So the digital you have to plug into your computer pa, 'di ba? And then set up the computer, put the program, and yeah, then you start playing. Is that how it works when you say digital?
The big the biggest investment you're gonna make on a digital platform is actually your laptop only.
Okay. So
Um, then you have your MIDI controller, which costs around only 5,000 for maybe a starting. There are even lesser, I know, lesser, I know, MIDI controllers. maybe
So
around 3,000 pesos.
but like if you want to use the controller, you have to plug it in to the computer and yeah, set up the program before you can get a
Right.
sound out.
So right. There are MIDI like Arturia. They have their own software. So it's sort of like a standalone.
Ah,
So when
okay.
you plug, yeah, when you plug your MIDI controller, then you turn on the software. Then your computer becomes an instrument.
Ah, okay.
But right now yeah,
No, okay, what I was thinking, Magod, like one of the what I remember when I was younger and then really trying to learn the guitar and everything, and I noticed that if I put my guitar inside a case, meaning it was a black case, I had to put you zipper it up and then you put it there somewhere on the side, and then if I wanted to use it, I had to get the case, unzip it, you open it up. There was a lot of barriers from and then that's just opening the case. That's a lot of barriers from actually using the guitar, no? And then I
right,
realized that I
right.
use the guitar a lot more if I just put it there. It would just kanang, hang out naked ba. Like it would just stay there so that whenever I felt like using it, even if it was only for 2 minutes, I just get it and then it's on my lap, strum for 2 minutes, and then I put it back. On yeah, I was thinking, if I was learning and then I had if I was learning music and then I had to do the whole setup, kanang murag plug in the MIDI controller to the computer, that kanang turn it on, wait for it to boot.
Oh
It's
yeah, yeah.
kanang, and if you're trying to learn, I wonder if that's an argument of getting like just get a simple instrument nga you just press a button and then it turns on and then sound comes out already without having to plug in anything.
Yeah, that's the downside of having a MIDI controller.
Mm.
Um, but you have to make some sacrifices if you want to save save
Oh
money
yeah,
or
oh.
yeah. So yeah, that's the downside of it, unfortunately. Uh, so yeah, they should just weigh their options.